Islam is just crazy, guys. Watch this video.
I know jizya tax that non-Muslims will have to pay a tax.
Yep.
I would say, do you agree with that? Like, if someone doesn't want to follow the religion, they have to pay a tax?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, what's
You
the
want
issue?
to join in?
What's the issue with that? What's the issue with that?
What's the issue?
What's the
I
issue
don't want
with
to be a
that?
Muslim.
Let's answer the
Yeah,
question.
you don't have to be a Muslim. Just pay your 2% tax.
Well, but I don't want to pay a tax just because I'm not Muslim.
So you stop in the UK. Just stop paying your taxes and see what happens to you.
Yeah, it's not because I'm not Muslim, though. Everybody pays taxes here.
Yeah, and we as Muslims, we pay zakah. You know, zakah is charity. You as a Muslim, you don't pay that. So this is why you have to pay. And by the way, you pay taxes because you're under our protection, right? If the country was to go to war, right, you would not join the army. We would have to defend you. This is why you pay the jizya tax. It's called a protection tax. So if the country was to be invaded, you wouldn't fight. You would just be chilling in your house and we would fight. This is why the jizya is in place.
It's just wild how they try to justify it like it's a good thing. It's basically this. Imagine you are a peaceful farmer in the Middle East or the Mediterranean. Then one day you wake up to a bunch of jihadist raiders coming to your village, burning it down, killing all your military-age males, enslaving your women, taking your daughters. And then after they finish destroying, killing, and burning everything, and they want to keep sponsoring their war efforts so they can go and do it to the next village, they decide they need to enslave the community that is left here. So they tell them this: either convert or join us. If you don't, they kill you. And if they don't need to kill you, and let's say you're a Jew or a Christian and you're not a military threat who didn't convert, then they say, okay, now you pay us taxes. And it's called jizya. And then you come and say, but why should I pay? It's like, hey, come on, we're here to protect you. I mean, if you don't pay, who's going to protect you? Imagine what would happen if bad people will come and attack you. I mean, you need us. So you should be thankful that we're here. And that's why you should pay for it, because you're not Muslim. You're not allowed to join the army because we don't want you to have a weapon and to try to fight us off. But you need us to protect you. It's just crazy. Let me explain to you a little bit terminology from Islam. What is the Muslim term of taxation and what does it mean? So we'll go a little bit back. In Islam, you have the Ummah. The Ummah is the global Muslim movement. Any Muslim in the world is part of the Ummah. If you are not Muslim, you are not part of the Ummah. You're considered a dhimmi. But that's only if you are part of the people of the book, Christians or the Jews. If not, you should be executed. Now, dhimmis are allowed to maintain kind of their way of life without converting, but they need to pay a much heavier tax, which is called jizya, which is basically protection money and a way to sponsor their war effort. So you pay that, we don't kill you, and then we will protect you. After we came and we killed all your family, now we're gonna here to protect you, but only if you pay us. That's the logic, and that's the logic they try to sell you and tell you that it's good for you. To give it a little bit of a background, jizya was more taxing on the poor and less taxing on the rich, while zakat was the exact opposite. I know you hate this part, but it's important. I used to hate it myself, seeing commercials in the middle of the video. But if you're enjoying my content and you want to help this channel keep growing, please don't forget, go and hit the like, the share, the subscribe, the whole shebang. It just helps this content reach wider crowd, and it also helped me with the monetization system of YouTube to keep making videos for you. If you want another practical way to help support the work that I'm doing, go and check my Patreon. Great deals. Thank you for your attention. Let's go back. It was less taxing on the poor, but if you got really rich in the Muslim world, then you end up, paying more as a Muslim. So it was a kind of a funny game that I don't know if they really thought it through back then, but regardless, you did not want to be a dhimmi under the Islam. There was a lot of other oppressing rules that came with it, in terms of the way that you pray, the way that you live your life, the way that, the safety that you have. In general, the whole idea of this separate taxation system was Islam believed that they need to convert the entire world to be part of the Muslim Ummah. And the only one that they couldn't really justify doing it by killing them and genociding them was the people of the book, because they brought them that religion, Judaism and Christianity. So there was some kind of an excuse there that says, okay, we can allow them to stay, but with heavy taxation, which will also serve as a taxation jihad, call it that way. It's going to make their life so unbearably miserable that it's just not going to be worth it. So first generation might still hold to it. Second generation is going to find it just too annoying. Like the kid goes and he sees his father and his mother being treated as second-class citizens, being humiliated in the street, working really hard, and all their money is going away, and they're always going to be below the Muslim. And that kid is going to look and says like, I don't want to grow up like this. What kind of a life is that? And then you're not allowed to build new churches, new synagogues, publicly preach your faith. You're not allowed. So the second generation, third generation, it's just going to disappear. So many, many cultures disappeared under Islam during that jihad effort called taxation jihad. So there was also a purpose here to keep the jihad to colonize planet Earth and make it all Muslim. That was part of the big plan. But anyway, guys, that was just a short one about the the Muslim taxation system. In case someone tries to, in case someone comes and tries to convince you that this is a good thing for New York City, for example, or for London, mark my words, it's gonna happen. It's gonna come. Not today, not tomorrow. It will come. Probably earlier in London and other places like that in France, but it's gonna come. There's no way to avoid it. The moment that Islam becomes a majority, the moment that they control key powers, there will be a lot of pressure coming from the Muslim world to implement these things because this is the proper Quran. And then these leaders, which we know politicians usually, they don't have backbone. They usually do what the people want them to do just in order to stay in power or keep pocketing money to their pockets. So politicians will be pushed to please the masses, and in that case will be to play that game. For example, a politician in Germany or in Europe back in the days had to play the bio-vegan environmental game, which is a great game. Good. I like planet Earth. I want it to be more, sustainable and everything more green. Great. So in order to get elected in Germany, you had to play that game. You had to show everybody that you are pro-environment and that you are pro-healthy lifestyle and all these stuff and against polluting and destroying planet Earth, even if you didn't believe in it. Now it's going to start shifting. You're going to start seeing politicians playing to cater for Sharia law needs, even if they don't believe in it themselves, because they know that this is what's going to get them elected. And that is where this is going, ladies and gentlemen. So whoever thinks that they're replacing something terrible like democracy and freedom with something new and fresh and energetic like jihad and communism is in for one big surprise. Either way, I hope you enjoyed today's educational video. I just want to remind you, don't forget to do the like, share, subscribe. Go and check my Patreon for practical, direct ways to support the work that I'm doing. But until then, don't do anything stupid. And in general, don't let anyone convince you that Sharia law and Jizya and, and jihad is something that is good for you. It's genuinely not.